Lesson 2. I go to London. After this meeting, I work on my English every day. I translate texts and I watch films in English. In 6 months, my English is much better. It is good, but I want to know more. I go to London. I want to study English in London. When I am in London, I go to a school. My first lesson is on Monday. I meet my teacher and other students in the class. Teacher is a young lady. She is very nice. We say our names. We say where we are from. Then the lesson starts. Our teacher has a question for us. She wants to know how we study English. Our teacher says that she can teach us a very effective method to learn English. This method is very simple. Our teacher tells us that we don't have to study, we don't have to read textbooks, but we have to use English a lot. It is very good for me. I don't like studying and I don't like textbooks. Then we speak about what is important when we learn a new language. Our teacher tells us we need languages for communication. Languages help us say ideas and understand ideas. So when you learn a new language, the best method is to use the language for communication. And this is what we will do in our course. We will speak a lot. Many students try to remember new words. They also study grammar rules. And these students don't use English for speaking. They study about the language, but they don't use the language. Of course, you need to learn new words and new grammar, but you don't have to study them. In this course, I want to show you a very simple and effective method. How to learn words and grammar. I like what our teacher says. Our lesson continues. We speak about our hobbies and what we do in our free time. We speak in pairs or with our teacher. We speak all the lesson. I like it. I am really happy. This system of learning is very good for me. When you want to learn English, use English for communication. I like it. I am really happy. Communication. Lesson 2. How to learn words. I go to school on Tuesday again. One student asks a question, which is very interesting. She asks, what is the best method to learn new words? Our teacher says, there are many things which you can do if you want to learn new words. For me, reading is the best. If you read, you learn faster than people who don't read. It is good to read for 30 minutes every day. I want to show you what you can do if you want to get the maximum from reading. It is very important that the book or text which you read is interesting for you. The book can be a nice story. The text can have interesting information for your job or your hobby. Don't read a text which isn't interesting for you. It is good to read a text in which you know a lot of words. Of course, sometimes you can see words which you don't know. When you see a word which you don't know, take a dictionary and look at the word in the dictionary. Then continue reading. You don't have to write the word on a dictionary in the dictionary. Remember the word. When you translate the word, continue reading. Concentrate only on understanding the text. It is important. When you see another new word, translate the word. The method is very simple. You only read and you translate new words. It is all. Reading is also good because when you read, you learn how. Every word is connected to other words in the sentence. You see how to connect the words correctly. This method of learning new words is very effective. Try it, and you can see how fast you can learn new words. Then we continue with the lesson. We speak about the situation in England. We speak about the best jobs for students. This is good because I want to have a job. I want to do something after my school. I ask other students if they know where I can find a job. They tell me that I can go to a job center. The job center has a lot of jobs for students. This is good for me. I am happy that I know where I can find a job. When my day at school is finished, I go to the job center. I don't know what jobs I can do. So I ask the lady at the job center what the best job for a student is. The lady tells me that they have some good jobs for students. She tells me that I can be a cleaner or a waiter in a cafe. She tells me that my English is good for work at a cafe. The training is not difficult and I can use English when I speak to customers. The lady tells me that I can start my job on Thursday. It is all good for me. I'm happy that I have a job where I can use English. When you want to learn new words effectively, read for 30 minutes every day. Lesson 3. How to learn pronunciation. On Wednesday, I go to school again. There is one student in the class who is more quiet than other students. He is from South Korea. When our teacher asks if we have any questions for her, this student from Korea says that he has a question. He says that he has a big problem with pronunciation. He knows that his pronunciation is not very good, but he doesn't know how to make it better. He doesn't speak much because he doesn't like his pronunciation. He says that he reads and watches films in English a lot. He understands very well, but he also wants to speak well. He asks if there is something what he can do with his pronunciation. When my teacher hears this, she says, "Okay, I can tell you something about pronunciation and how to practice it. I also want to teach you a technique which can help you with pronunciation. First, we have to look at why students have problems with pronunciation. When we speak, we have to move our mouth. We have to use muscles in our mouth. The problem is that when you speak English, sometimes you use your muscles, like in your native language. Then your English pronunciation is like pronunciation in your native language. This happens to many students who learn English. Almost every student has a little different pronunciation than native speakers have. It is not a big problem, because usually people understand what you want to say. You are a student, and it is logical that your pronunciation is different. You are not perfect when you study English, but you can work on your pronunciation and make it better. There is a great technique that can help you a lot. The name of this technique is shadowing. The technique is very simple. When you do shadowing, you simply copy the sound which you hear. When children learn their first language, they also copy what they hear. They copy after their parents again and again, and after some time, their pronunciation is perfect. You can learn English pronunciation the same way. You can take some video, which is not very fast, and which you understand very well. You listen and you copy what you hear when you hear it. It is all. Then our teacher goes to www.wweb.com and she finds a good video where the shadowing technique is well demonstrated. We watch the video. Then we all try to do shadowing for about 3 minutes. Then our teacher tells us, shadowing is also good when you are preparing for a presentation and you want to have good pronunciation. Before the presentation, you can go to some place where you are alone. Before the presentation, you can go to some place where you are alone, and you can do shadowing for about 10 minutes. You will see how much it will help you to have better pronunciation during the presentation. This is very interesting for me. I haven't heard about this technique before. When the lesson finishes, I go to the school reception. I ask the lady if there are any sport activities at school. I would like to do some sport in England. The lady at the reception says, "Yes, we have a table tennis team and a football team. The football team has training today at 5 o'clock. I'm very happy because sport is very important in my life. I go to the training of the football team. I meet a lot of players from different countries. The players are from Brazil, Japan, Russia, Spain, Argentina, and Italy. I like the training. I am very happy that my time in England starts well. I have a great teacher. I also have some new friends from my football team. Also, tomorrow I am starting my job. When you want to have good pronunciation, repeat after native speakers. Lesson 4. How to practice. Speaking on Thursday, I go to school again. We have a new student in our class. Her name is Monica, and she is from Italy. At the beginning of the lesson, my teacher asks Monica some questions. My teacher knows Monica because Monica visited her class 1 year ago. It was a class for beginners, and it was only for children. The teacher has been a great teacher for 2 weeks during summer holiday. When Monica speaks, her English is beautiful. Her pronunciation is very good, and she is very fluent. My teacher is very happy, and she tells Monica, "Your school in Italy must be very good." Monica says, "I don't go to any school. I learn English at home. I use techniques from you. I do a lot of reading, shadowing, and thinking aloud. I try to think more in English than in Italian. This is how I work on my English. The 2 weeks which I spent last summer at your class helped me a lot. You showed me the way. I know how to work on my English every day. This is why I wanted to go to your class again, because 1 year ago I was a beginner and now I can speak English. I want to learn from you again." My teacher is very happy when she hears these words. She thanks Monica for helping me. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I also know the shadowing technique. But Monica also speaks about thinking aloud. I don't know what it is. So I ask our teacher, "What is thinking aloud?" Our teacher says, "It is a very effective technique. You have to have a strong motivation to learn English if you want to have benefit from this technique. It is also good to know that for some people, this technique is a little crazy. But when you start to think aloud," he always said, "I don't know." His hands were cold. His face looked tired. I tried to smile. I did not want him to see my worry. I wanted to be strong for him. The doctors came to check on him. They looked at the test results. They spoke in low voices. I listened carefully. They said, "He needs more time." I wanted a better answer. I wanted to hear, "He is getting better." But they did not say that. I asked many questions. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to help. But this time, I was not the doctor. I was just a son. I sat by his bed. I read books to him. I told him about my work. I told him about my patients. He listened. He said, "You are a good doctor." His words made me proud. But I wanted to hear him say, "I feel better." I wanted to see him walk again. I wanted to see him eat well, but he was still weak. At night, I watched him sleep. I checked his breathing. I looked at the machines. The numbers were the same. Nothing was worse, but nothing was better. I closed my eyes. I thought about my patients. I thought about my past. I thought about my childhood. My father was always strong. He worked hard. He took care of me. And now he was in bed. He needed me. But I did not know how to help him. One day, I brought him outside. I pushed his wheelchair. The sun was bright. The sky was blue. He looked at the trees. He smiled. He said, "You are a good doctor." He said, "It feels good to be outside." I was happy to see him smile. I wanted him to feel normal again. I wanted him to believe that he could be strong again. I said, "You will walk again soon." He nodded, but his eyes showed doubt. More days passed. He still needed help. He still needed medicine, but I did not give up. I stayed with him. I talked to him. I helped him eat. I told myself he will get better. I wanted to believe it. I had to believe it. I was a doctor. I had saved so many lives. And now I needed to save his. Every morning I sat beside my father. I watched him wake up slowly. I watched him wake up slowly. He moved his hands carefully. He looked at me and smiled. I asked, "Did you sleep well?" He always said yes, but I knew he did not sleep well. He woke up many times during the night. He coughed. He turned in bed. He was uncomfortable, but he did not complain. He did not want me to worry. The nurses came to check him. They asked him questions. They gave him medicine. They wrote notes in their papers. I watched them. I wanted to know every detail. I wanted to understand his progress. I wanted to understand his progress. They said, "He is stable." I wanted to hear more. I wanted to hear he is getting better. I wanted to hear he is getting better. But they did not say that. I tried to stay positive. I tried to be patient. In the afternoon, he died again. The air was fresh. The sun was warm. He looked at the flowers in the garden. He said, "It is beautiful here." I smiled. I wanted him to enjoy the moment. I wanted him to feel happy. I pushed his wheelchair slowly. I pushed his wheelchair slowly. I talked to him. I told him stories from the hospital. He listened. He laughed a little. He loved hearing his laughter. At night, I sat in his room. I watched him eat. He ate very little. I asked, "Do you want more?" He shook his head. I wished I could make him stronger. I wished I could do more, but I knew I had to be patient. I had to wait. I had to believe that time would help him heal. I told myself, he will recover. He looked at me. He said, "You work too hard. You need rest." I smiled. I said, "I am fine," but I knew I was tired. I had not slept well for many days, but I did not care. My father was more important. I wanted to be there for him. I wanted to take care of him, just like he had taken care of me when I was a child. More days passed. I watched him closely. I checked his pulse. I looked at his face. Some days he looked better. Some days he looked tired, but he never gave up. He kept trying, and I stayed with him. I held his hand. I talked to him because I believed he would get better, because I needed him to get better. Days turned into weeks. I spent every moment with my father. I watched his every move. I noticed small changes. Some days he sat up longer. Some days he ate a little more. These small things gave me hope. He is getting better. But I was still afraid. I wanted to see big changes. I wanted to see him walk again. I wanted him to be strong like before. One morning he looked at me and said, "I want to try walking." His voice was soft but determined. I felt a mix of emotions. I was happy, but I was also scared. I knew he was still weak. I did not want him to fall, but I smiled and said, "Okay, let's try." Held his arm. Slowly, he put his feet on the floor. He stood up, shaking. He took one small step, then another. My heart was racing. He was walking. He sat back down after a few steps. He was tired, but he was smiling. I felt tears in my eyes. I said, "You did it." He nodded. "I will try again tomorrow," he said. I held his hand. "Yes, you will," I whispered. At that moment, I felt something change. I felt real hope. For the first time in weeks, I believed he would recover. The doctors saw his progress. They were happy. They said, "He is improving." Those words felt like music to my ears. The nurses smiled at him. They encouraged him. He tried walking every day. He was slow, but he did not stop. He pushed himself. He wanted to be strong again. I admired his courage. He never gave up. One evening, we sat outside. The sky was orange and pink. The air was cool. My father looked at me. He said, "You have taken good care of me." I smiled. "You took care of me first," I said. He laughed softly. He reached for my hand. "I am proud of you," he said. I felt warmth in my heart. Those words meant everything to me. I watched him closely. He still needed rest. He still needed medicine, but he was better. 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 He was better than before. I knew he was on the right path. I knew he would be okay. I told myself, this is why I became a doctor. I wanted to help people. I wanted to give them hope. And now I was giving hope to the person I loved the most. More time passed. My father kept trying. He walked more. He ate more. He talked more. The hospital was not his home anymore. He was getting ready to leave. I felt relief. I felt happiness. I had spent years saving lives, but this time, saving my father's life meant everything. The day finally came. My father was ready to leave the hospital. The doctor said, "He can go home now." I felt happiness in my heart. I had waited for this moment. I had dreamed about it. My father smiled at me. He was still weak, but he was stronger than before. He said, "Let's go home." Those words felt like magic. They felt like victory. I helped him into the car. He looked outside the window. The city was busy. People walked fast. Cars moved quickly. Life outside the hospital felt different. It felt normal. My father took a deep breath. "Fresh air," he said. I laughed. "Yes, fresh air," I said. I knew he had missed the outside world. He had missed home. When we arrived home, I helped him inside. He sat in his favorite chair. He looked around. "I miss this place." I smiled. "This place missed you too," I said. My mother brought him tea. He held the warm cup in his hands. He took a sip. He closed his eyes. "Perfect," he whispered. I could see the peace in his face. He was home. The days passed. My father walked more. He moved slowly, but he did not stop. He sat in the garden. He enjoyed the sun. He read books. He listened to music. He talked to my mother. He laughed with me. Every little thing felt special. Every small moment felt important. I watched him carefully. I saw his strength return. One afternoon, he called me. "Come here," he said. I sat next to him. He looked at me with warm eyes. "You have been a great son," he said, "and a great doctor." I felt my heart grow warm. "I just did what you taught me," I said. He smiled. "You saved me," he whispered. I held his hand. "You saved yourself," I said. I thought about my journey. I had saved many lives. I had seen many patients recover. But this was different. This was personal. I had fought for my father's life. I had stayed with him every day. I had believed in him when he was weak, and now he was strong again. I knew I would never forget this experience. More time passed. My father became himself again. He walked without help. He ate well. He laughed often. I looked at him and felt proud. He had won his battle, and I had learned something important. Being a doctor is not just about medicine. It is about hope. It is about love. It is about never giving up. I sat with my father in the garden. The sky was blue. The birds sang. He looked at me and said, "You are a good man." I smiled. "I had a great teacher," I said. He laughed. We sat there in silence, enjoying the moment. I felt peace. I felt happiness. My father was here. He was alive. And that was all that mattered. Thank you all for your time and attention today. I hope you found the lecture insightful. Take care, and I look forward to our next session. This is not just happening to you. Millions of people around the world are struggling with social media addiction. Even celebrities, billionaires, and successful people have faced this issue. For example, Tom Holland, the famous actor from Spider-Man, once admitted in an interview that he was completely obsessed with social media. He said that every time he posted something, he kept checking his phone again and again to see how many likes and comments he got. And guess what? It made him anxious. It made him insecure. He finally deleted social media from his phone because he realized it was affecting his mental health. But why does this happen? Why do we become addicted to social media? When you open Instagram, what do you see? Someone traveling to Paris, someone showing off their new car, someone posting a perfect relationship picture, someone celebrating a big achievement. And what do? You start comparing your life with them. Why am I not traveling? Why don't I have a new car? Why is my relationship not perfect? Why am I not successful yet? This comparison makes you feel bad about your own life. But here's the truth. Social media is fake. People only show their best moments, not their struggles. They use filters to make everything look better. Even celebrities edit their pictures to look more like themselves. They only show you things that you don't know. More attractive. But your brain doesn't understand this. Your brain believes what it sees. That's why you feel like your life is not good enough. And when you feel bad, what do? You scroll more. You keep looking for more content, more entertainment, more distraction. And this is where the real problem begins. Dopamine addiction. Let me ask you, can you watch a 30-minute educational video without feeling bored? Most people can't. that they can easily watch 30 short videos, each 1 minute long. Why? Because of dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that makes you feel good. It is released when you eat your favorite food. You achieve something. You get a like or comment on your post. Social media hacks this system. It gives you small rewards, again and again, instantly. One notification, dopamine boost. One new like, dopamine boost. One new comment, dopamine boost. Every time you scroll, your brain gets a small hit of dopamine. And just like a drug addict needs more drugs to feel good, you need more scrolling, more videos, more likes. According to research, social media designed to be as addictive as gambling. When you pull the screen down to refresh, your brain reacts like a gambler pulling the lever of a slot machine. You don't know what's coming next, and that excitement keeps you hooked. This is why you can't stop scrolling. Think about this. Why are we not addicted to studying? Why are we not addicted to exercise? Why are we not addicted to meditation? Because these things give slow rewards. If you study today, you don't get instant success. If you exercise today, you don't see six-pack abs immediately. If you meditate today, you don't feel the benefits right away. But social media, instant pleasure, instant fun, instant dopamine. And this is the reason good habits are hard to get rid of. Social media tricks your brain into choosing temporary pleasure over long-term success. By now, you understand that social media addiction is real. It's not just your fault. Many genius people, engineers, psychologists, and data scientists work every day to make sure you stay addicted. Think about it. When you watch one video, the algorithm immediately recommends another similar video. When you like a post, the app shows you more posts just like that. When you scroll on TikTok or Instagram Reels, the next video loads automatically, so you don't even have to click. These apps are designed to control your attention. It's their profit, but your loss. Your time is gone. Your energy is wasted. Your focus is destroyed. Your real life is slipping away. Now the big question is, how do you escape? How do you break free? Don't worry, I will tell you exactly how. Step 1. Understand that social media is a trap. The first step to breaking free is to realize that social media is designed to keep you stuck. They don't want you to use their app for 10 minutes. They want you to stay for hours. The more you stay, the more money they make from ads. And what do you lose? Your dreams, your future, your life. So before you pick up your phone, ask yourself one question. Am I using social media, or is social media using me? If the answer is that social media is controlling you, then it's time to change. Step 2. Turn off notifications. Think about this. How many times does your phone beep in a day? New message, new comment, someone liked your post. Every notification pulls your attention away. According to research, once your focus is broken, it takes 23 minutes to fully concentrate again. So, if you want to take back control of your life, do this right now. Go to your phone settings and turn off notifications. You don't need to know every like, every comment, every new video immediately. This one step alone can save you hours every day. Step 3. Use the 5-second rule. Most people don't even realize when they pick up their phones. Their hands move automatically. So here's a simple trick: the 5-second rule. Whenever you feel like checking your phone or checking social media, count backward in your mind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then ask yourself, do I really need to open this app? Or is it just a habit? Most of the time, you will realize you don't actually need to use it. Step 4. Set time limits for social media. The average person spends 7 hours a day on their phone. That's 210 hours a month. That's 87 full days a year. Imagine you could learn a new skill, start a business, or travel the world in that time. So set a clear time limit for social media. Decide how many minutes you will use social media each day. Example, 30 minutes. Set a timer. Once the time is up, close the app. Use an app blocker to automatically stop you from using social media after the limit is reached. Step 5. Replace social media with real life. Most people use social media because they are bored. So, what's the solution? Fill your life with real activities. Go outside, take a walk, go to a park, or travel. Read books. Books give you knowledge, unlike endless scrolling. Learn something new, a new language, cooking, music, anything. Talk to real people. Call a friend. Spend time with family. Exercise, move your body, and feel better instantly. The more real-life activities you have, the less you will feel the need for social media. Step 6. Make your phone less addictive. Do you know why you always check your phone? Because it looks exciting. Set your screen to black and white. First, it's normal to feel nervous when speaking a new language, but with practice, we can get better. Speaking to ourselves, joining clubs, and talking to native speakers help a lot. Second, be patient. Learning takes time, and mistakes are okay. Mistakes are chances to learn. Third, being around supportive people is important. They can help us feel confident. Finally, make learning fun. Watching movies, listening to music, and enjoying activities make learning better. Now let's learn. Let me tell you about John. John moved to an English-speaking country for work. He was good at his job, but speaking English was hard. He understood everything in meetings, but when it was his turn to speak, he got nervous. John decided to practice. He found a language partner and met them twice a week. He also took an online course. The course had speaking exercises and feedback from teachers. John spoke English every day. He talked to himself, recorded his voice, and practiced with colleagues. They helped him, and his speaking skills got better. John became more confident in meetings and could speak clearly. From John's story, we learned that practice, a language partner, and speaking courses help. Also, making learning fun and speaking slowly and clearly is important. This way, others can understand us better. Another tip is to expand our vocabulary. The more words we know, the easier it is to speak. Read books, watch movies, and listen to music in English. Write down new words and use them in conversation. Another good tip is to practice speaking in different situations, like ordering food, asking for directions, or talking about our day. The more we practice, the better we get. Finally, find a speaking buddy. This can be a friend, family member, or language partner. Practicing with someone makes it fun and less scary. Set small goals too. Don't expect to speak perfectly right away. Small steps, like learning one new word or practicing a sentence, will help you see progress and stay motivated. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah moved to an English-speaking country for her studies. She was good at reading and writing, but felt nervous speaking in class. She understood everything, but had trouble speaking. She wanted to improve. Sarah decided to take small steps. Every morning, she would practice speaking in the mirror. She talked about her plans, introduced herself, and asked questions. Sarah joined a study group too. She listened at first, but soon she started asking questions and sharing ideas. Sarah joined a study group too. She listened at first, but soon she started asking questions and sharing ideas. The group was supportive, and Sarah spoke more. The group was supportive, and Sarah spoke more. The group was supportive, and Sarah spoke more. She also joined a soccer team. She made friends there and practiced speaking with them. Sarah realized mistakes were okay. Mistakes were okay. She stopped worrying about them and started enjoying speaking more. Over time, Sarah's speaking got better. She was she was more confident in class and made many new friends. She felt proud and wanted to keep improving. From Sarah's story, we learn that small steps, regular practice, and finding things we enjoy can help. Don't worry about mistakes. Every mistake is a chance to learn and improve. Thank you for listening. Keep practicing, stay patient, and enjoy learning English. You can do it. In this chapter, we will talk about some easy ways to practice speaking English every day. Speaking every day is very important. It helps you feel more comfortable and improves your skills. First, let's talk about talking to yourself. It may sound strange, but it really works. You can talk to yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself and say simple things like, "I'm going to work today," or "I like to read books." This helps you hear your own voice and get used to speaking in English. It also makes you feel more confident. You can also talk about your day. For example, you can say, "Today, I woke up early. I ate breakfast and went for a walk." It does not have to be perfect. Just speak. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Another way to practice speaking is by listening. Listening to English speakers will help you learn how to speak better. You can watch TV shows, movies, or videos in English. Pay attention to how the actors speak. Listen to how they say words and the sounds they make. You can also repeat what they say. This is called shadowing. Shadowing helps you speak like a native speaker. You can pause the video and say the same sentence the way they did. This will help you with pronunciation and intonation. Another great way to practice is by reading aloud. You can read aloud with a simple book or an article in English and read it out loud slowly. Try to pronounce the words correctly. If you find a word you don't know, look it up. This will help you improve your vocabulary and your speaking skills. You can also read children's books, as they usually have simple words and sentences. You can also record yourself speaking. Use your phone or a voice recorder to record your voice. You can also record yourself speaking. Use your phone or a voice recorder to record your voice. Record your voice. After recording, Listen to it. This will help you hear where you need to improve. For example, maybe you speak too fast, or you don't pronounce some words correctly. This helps you understand your mistakes and work on them. You can record yourself speaking about different topics. Maybe talk about your favorite hobby, your family, or a book you are reading. Listening to your own voice will help you improve. Sometimes it's hard to practice alone. This is why it's important to find a practice buddy. A practice buddy is someone who speaks English, or someone who is learning English, just like you. You can talk to them on the phone, over video call, or in person. It can be a friend, a family member, or even a classmate. You can ask them to practice with you once a day. It can be about simple topics like your day or the weather. Practicing with someone will make you feel less nervous, and it will help you speak better. You can also find a language partner online. There are websites and apps that help you connect with people from other countries. You can find a person who speaks English and wants to learn your language. You can help them. You can practice speaking with them every week. This is a fun way to improve your English because you get to know new people and learn about their culture. Another way to practice is by joining an English club. Many cities have clubs where people meet to speak English. In these clubs, people practice English with each other in a fun and relaxed way. It's a great chance to meet other people who are learning English. They will understand how you feel and they will encourage you. It's okay to make mistakes in the club. Everyone is there to learn and help each other. This is a great way to practice speaking in a safe environment. When you practice, don't worry about making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when they are learning something new. The most important thing is to keep going. Mistakes are not bad. They are opportunities to learn. Every time you make a mistake, you get better because you learn what to do next. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Be proud of every step you take toward improving. You can also set small goals. This will help you stay motivated. For example, today you can focus on learning 10 new words and using them in sentences. Tomorrow, you can practice speaking about your favorite hobby in English. When you reach your goals, you will feel proud of yourself. Small goals help you see how much you are improving. Also, don't forget to enjoy learning. The more fun you have, the more you will want to practice. You can listen to English music, watch English cartoons, or play games in English. It's not always about studying hard. It's also about having fun with the language. The more you enjoy it, the better you will become. Now let's talk about being patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time. You will not become perfect in one day, but that's okay. Every time you practice, you are getting better. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. You are learning and improving every day. So remember, talk to yourself in the mirror. Listen to English speakers.
But another part of me felt sadness, too. We both missed our father. We both felt the empty space he had left behind. I miss him, too, I said quietly. I don't know why you did what you did, Daniel, but I know you're hurting. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. I don't know what happened to me. I just wanted to feel important. I thought the money would make me feel that way, but now it feels empty. I can't fix what I've done. For a moment, we just sat there, not speaking. The weight of the past was heavy, but at that moment I realized something. Maybe we couldn't fix everything, but we could try to rebuild. I don't know if I can forgive you yet, I said slowly, but I want to try. I don't want to live with this pain anymore. Daniel nodded. I understand. I don't expect forgiveness right away, but I'm here, Mike. I'm trying. That night, I went to bed feeling strange. It was the feeling of something starting to change, something starting to heal. The next day, Daniel came to me. Mike, I want to make things right, he said. I know I can't fix everything, but I can start by giving back what I took. It wasn't much, but it was a start. He handed me a small envelope with a note inside. I'm sorry, the note said. This is for Dad. It wasn't the end of our story, but it was the beginning of something new. Maybe we would never be the same as we were before. Maybe we couldn't go back to the way things were, but we could move forward together. The days that followed were different. Daniel and I didn't talk about the past anymore, but there was a change in the air. It was as if we were both waiting for something, waiting for the healing to begin.